Hello! I'm Hana on Couch on Twitch and Jiho and Zolan on YouTube. I mainly stream to try and draw some attention to the Minecraft mod pack that I and some friends put together, my wife and our friend Ben, called Rainbow Robot. Rainbow Robot. So 1.7.10 pack, but we're working on what we're going to do for 1.8.9, and that includes doing some things with textures. Let's see, I've extracted a number of mods into this folder here, texture packs, the ones that come with them. The 16 by 16 textures that Minecraft is well known for, into this directory, and then I matched them up with ones from a 1.7.10 texture pack that I got off the internet that is not updated to 1.8.9 yet, and some of them work a little better than others. Well, I've re-downloaded a more recent version of the texture pack. So that, I believe, is in downloads. No, there's nothing in that directory. Okay, well, we better find it. Well, I guess we download it again, so you'll get to see this part of the process. So we find Modded Universal, there's our text mod pack downloads. Modded Universal 1.7x, let's download that. So as you can see, it only supports version 1.7, and we're working on making a 1.8.9 mod pack. And unfortunately, people have changed the names of all of their texture files. A lot of the mods have changed the names of a lot of their texture files in between 1.7.10 and 1.8.9. So you have to go through and mix and match, find the textures that match. Some of them may actually require some changes. I'm not going to bother with changes for 1.8.9. I might bother with them for 1.9.4. Well, I think I'm back. We'll see how long the stream lasts this time. In any case, this is the world where I've been using some Project E, and we'll see if any of the textures made it through. Okay, so our Philosopher's Stone has a new fancy texture. You can see the Eternalis fuel and the alchemical coal have new fancy textures, so that's nice. Did I not keep the alchemical chest? I thought I did. Guess I didn't keep an alchemical chest, so I'm going to have to build one. I think I've got enough EMC to do so, yeah. Look at all that Eternalis fuel. Shouldn't have any problem. So, building a chest quickly here. Put the stone and iron back before we forget. This is my chest of examples of things that I can then use to EMC and make other things. Okay, and I believe I got some diamonds in my inventory, so I may have everything I need. Do I have everything I need? Yes, I do. Okay. I now have an alchemical chest. Let's put it down and see if it looks nice. Yes! So you can see the new textures come through for the alchemical chest. So that's how I get textures to work for 1.8.9. It's a bit of an involved process, and I'm not sure how much trouble I'm willing to go to see that it happens for everything. But at least it's working for a few things as of now. So the other thing I've been doing a lot of is updating textures that, as far as I know, do not exist for 1.7.10 at all. For that, I just bring up GIMP. There we are. Since I've already done all the simple work of matching textures that just have wrong names. Okay, and so HiRes my directory. I've been doing that in the T2 directory. In assets. So the one I've been working at recently, we want to change this to name. There we go. Has been the Twilight Forest, since we've been doing a lot of adventuring in the Twilight Forest. So there's the Twilight Forest. Okay. And textures. Okay, so I've got a couple of blocks, I believe, that I want to work on. Okay, and those are, like, any of these I could do, and I may end up doing, but there's some that are coming up soon, because we're about to go into the Dark Woods. The one that was definitely wrong was the huge water lily, so let's open that one. And that should be a block. Huge lily pad, huge stalk top, huge water lily. There we go. Okay. So that's what a huge water lily currently looks like. We're going to scale it up to 64 by 64 using no interpolation. There we go. Also need to decrease the size of our thing to a pixel so we can draw pixel-sized things. So the question is, what would this look like in a higher resolution? I'm just going to do my best to emulate, simulate, whatever you want to call it, that. So one thing is, for sure, the stalk would be wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. Okay, that looks a little more reasonable. What's more, it's going to sort of curve outwards to the sides here. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty... Oh, what? I hate it when it does that. If I hit Control too soon, it forces it into a square. There we go. Okay, now the color is not so great. I think we're going to say it's dark on the underside as well as the right side. There we go. Okay, let's call that pretty good. Yeah. Okay, and it looks too blocky, so we're going to select it all and blur it. Now, we have to shrink the selection by 1 pixel, otherwise stuff will get blurred with the invisible background, which I've never figured out how to avoid, and it's really annoying. I wish there was a way to just avoid that. Just blur it a couple extra times. Oops, select none. There we go. Okay, and so that looks a little better. You'll notice near the edges the blur didn't work like I said it would, so I'm just going to do a little copy and pasting. There we go. And that's at least copied some of the blur. And it doesn't look too horrible. Now the flower itself. Flowers are really tricky. I've actually been known to just go on the internet and get a picture of a flower and you know, process it properly, because if you don't, it looks like crap. But I'm guessing these huge water lilies are kind of made up for this. So let's see, what shape is this probably going to actually be? That looks kind of like the center of a flower. There we go. Let's call that what the center is going to look like. And then we've got leaves around here. And I think the best thing we're going to do is just try and continue the lines that have been set forth here. What I like to have is a color that I plan to replace with clear, since you can't actually place clear in GIMP for no apparently good reason. So I've chosen this. Oops. That doesn't actually seem to be a very good color. You want to choose a color that's not being used much. A blue would be good. There's not really much blue. So let's grab not a purple really, but a blue. Blue. There we go. Okay. Blue will be our new color. And yeah, we'll just go along the edge here. Okay, the other thing is that that edge is symmetrical. Now the shadows, are the shadows symmetrical? The shadows are symmetrical. I think we may be able to do a little flipping here, which is a quick cheat that you can do. Okay, so now we should be able to copy and flip that much to the other side. Layer... Oh, actually we should delete the other side first. Okay, so get rid of that. So it's the... it's this much here. Yeah, that much we have done. Okay, so we'll just delete that. Copy it from this side. Layer... transform, flip horizontally. There it is. Ta-da! Okay, and we've just done twice as much as we thought we had. Okay, now the center is tricky because, as you can see, it's not actually symmetrical. It's kind of hard to tell what's actually going on in there, but I'm going to guess that what's going on is something along these lines. And you may be saying to yourself, this kind of looks like crap, and it does look a little crappy, but we're going to fix that right now, because it's time to do some blurring. Okay, and I don't normally do blurring this way. I don't normally freehand select it, but for petals, there's really not a better way to do it. So we're going to try and select the 3 colors that make up this petal, like so. And then we should be able to blur them. There we go, and now it looks a whole lot better all of a sudden. And there we have our new large water lily. I can't say it looks great, but I think it looks better than the highly pixelated old one, especially given that I'm using not pixelated things here. So we overwrite it. Actually, I want to do something in here. I want to lighten up a bit of that. So let's see here. Let's say the lightened up area is going to be shaped like this. That's pretty good. We're going to select, we're going to feather the blur by 2 pixels. And then do some colors, brightness, contrast on it. And no, not brightness, contrast. Hue, saturation. Hue, saturation, there we go. And we will turn up the lightness a bit. No, that was down. Up the lightness. There we go. Okay, that gives it a little more detail. Ta-da! Huge water lily. The new one. So we will overwrite the old one. There we go. And then we just need to put it in our zip file. And to do that, we want to be back in T2. /T2. There we are. See, assets. I've been doing this a little bit differently. So I'm in the Twilight Forest directory and in the textures directory. Okay, and then I have a zip file where I've been keeping all the Twilight Forest stuff called twilightforest.zip. And I add that file wholesale into the thing when I'm done working on a whole bunch of textures. So we're going to add blocks, huge water lily.png. There we go. Okay, so done the huge water lily. That was the one on my list, but I do know that I also wanted to do a bunch of armor because Sarah's been finding armor. I don't think I've done the ironwood armor yet, so let's do that. We're going to open fiery and ironwood, since those are the ones we're liable to run into. A bunch of the others of these I've done already, the Naga scale and the steel leaf, for instance. Okay, but then you need not only the armor textures like that. Oh, it looks like ironwood's done. Well, that's excellent. Okay, cool. So don't need to worry about ironwood on you. I may need to worry about the ironwood item, though. And the ironwood item is in textures items. Ironwood. Let's see, the axes. Some of these are done. The legs are not done. The helm, the boots. Yeah, the armor is not done. Plate. And ironwood raw as well. That's interesting. Well, we haven't run into any ironwood raw, though I think you can craft it. So I'll open it up. Maybe I'll manage to... I think I've opened this up a couple times, looked at it, and was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do about that one. That's weird. But maybe I'll figure it out this time. We'll see. Okay, so we open all of those. Oh, and fiery. Fiery... Let's see. We've got fiery axe, fiery boots, fiery helm, fiery... all of the fiery stuff. Fiery plate, fiery sword, fiery tears... Glass sword is something new and different. Okay, so we'll open all of those. Cool. Okay, so this is what the fiery armor looks like, and that looks really pretty darn similar to me to just iron armor with a fiery outline, darkened with a fiery outline, that is. Okay, so where's the iron armor? That would be in Assets Minecraft, because it's a vanilla thing. It's Minecraft. I often use other textures to make the textures that I'm making because I don't want to have to remake a bunch of stuff. Okay, so it'll be in Models, Armor. There we go. Iron Layer 1 and Iron Layer 2 are the ones we want. Open. Alrighty, okay. So this is... which one is this? Cancel. This one is Fiery 1. So we want to use Iron Layer 1 to make that. Copy it. Then we need to scale this image to 4 times its current size. There we go, with no interpolation. And as you can see, it fits over it pretty darn well. So I think we're going to say that that's indeed the the method we're going to use. We'll make this a new layer because we need the old one for reference. And what we want to do is do some colorization on this to turn it brown, because it looks like the color of the fiery armor, when it's not the edge of it anyway, is kind of brown. So that would be colorize, yes, okay. So the hue, well, let's turn the lightness way down first. Okay, so that's about the right lightness, I think. Okay, and then we can set the hue to brown, and it should match pretty closely. Actually, it looks like the lightness is a little lighter than that, and the saturation is way lower. It's much closer to gray. So there we go. That seems to match pretty well. Okay, so we'll call that done. Yay! Okay, now we just need to achieve the fiery outline. And I'm going to start by doing it the easy way, but I'm going to have to probably do some more freehand. So what we want to do is select that, which is all of the clear space in this layer, and then we will select and grow that by 1 pixel. There we go. Now we've got an outline, and then we'll colors, hue saturation again. Hue saturation is just so useful for this kind of thing. The hue is probably about right. We'll turn the lightness way up, and then we can mess with the hue until it's perfect. So it needs to be orange. Did I go past orange? Where was orange? That's red. That's yellow. I guess the saturation we have to turn back up. Then we'll be able to see where it's orange. There we go. That's orange. Probably going to have to do it again. Hue saturation. There we go. Hue saturation. Okay. Hue. The hue's right. It's the lightness needs to go up a little bit more, and the saturation needs to go up a bit more. And maybe the hue needs to go a little more yellow. There we go. Okay, so that works pretty well, but as you can see, it's not just around the outside of the texture, it's also in all the corners of the texture. So we're going to need to select a bunch of other stuff and do it as well. I think that's going to be it. Let's see what that looks like. That is pretty much perfect, with the probably with the exception that, as you can see, there are places here where the connectors are, yeah, where it's a problem. So select invert, and we'll just get rid of all the connector problems here at once if possible, maybe twice, if not at once. There we go. Okay, cool. That seems to be it, and we should have stored. Oh, we want to make sure we're working on the correct layer. Yes, we are. Okay. So it actually keeps track of the hue saturations that you've used in the past, so I can just go to the previous 2 presets and run them again. There we go, and it should match. Excellent. Now I've noticed that the connectors now look a little wrong, so I'm going to redo the connectors by hand. Okay, and then I'm going to outline them in a nearby color. So I think if I do this, that'll look like they're going through fiery holes in the armor. Alrighty, there we go. That looks like fiery armor, doesn't it? Especially once we remove the weird other texture. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, I missed one connector here. I'm just going to do it by hand. It's alright if I futz a few things by hand. There we go. Okay, so that's fiery layer 1. Cool. Oh, actually, cancel. We actually need to delete this layer. I'm not absolutely certain we need to delete the layer, but certainly save space on the disk, so overwrite Fiery 1. I realized that I missed a trick on the helmet as well. So, right here, there.
Warning, warning, this video is almost over. Warning, warning, it's time to choose another one. This has gone on far too long, time to wake up and sing along. Warning, warning, this video is over now.